Good morning, YouTubers. Another bright day, day 20, and a slight change of plan. We've decided that me and the missus have decided that we're going to put up the front walls. Take you around there and show you now. This is where the front wall is going to go. It's a big triangle shape windows. And it's 4 meters by 4 meters high, so it's very big and very heavy. And it just happens across the road from us, the neighbours having some work done, and the workman offered to help me give it a lift into position. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put that one into position because for me and the missus it will be impossible to lift it on our own. So that's the plan, to get that ready today. This part of the video, I'm just showing you what I've been up to. I haven't showed the whole process because it just would be a hell of a long video. Don't think it's worth it. So basically, the central piece here is 5 pieces all joined together with insulation in between each one. That's the top of the windows, or the bottom of the windows if you like. It's the top of the bottom window. How's that? And then on the top here I've had to work out the angles of the cuts and whatever, so that's all sitting there ready to be cut. And the biggest problem with this material is the fact that it's all bent, or a lot of it is bent, and it's difficult to find straight through. I've been sort of looking through the pile. There's a big pile over the other side of there that I've discarded that I couldn't use for this bit. So very difficult to do this when it's bent in, but it's difficult to straighten it. It's everything difficult, so very hard. But done it. It's ready. I've got a screw in there and a screw in there, and that should meet the diagonal right in the centre of this, right in the centre of this beam, right there. And it does. So we're dead on. We're okay, but it was a bit of a battle to get it into shape. If you were making this yourself, and a lot of people use big beams, you know, this is what this would be 150 by 150, and then with the bottom piece as well, it makes it into 150 to 250 by 150. So big heavy beam it would be. And the trouble is the crack, and if they arrive and they're warped or bent, then great, you can send it back or whatever, but then you've got to wait forever to get another piece. Is it going to be dry? You know, a lot of problems. So this is one way of doing it, but it is very, very long process to get it all set up. So I'm set up now basically. So basically I've marked it all out, so it's just a case of cutting these into strange shapes, fitting them in, and then adding in the rest of the bits and pieces, which is this top window frame. It's all got to be done. The middle frame there has all got to be done. The bottom bit has got to be done. There's studs got to go in the side. There's all sorts. Yeah, you get it. But it's a big old job to do it all. But it's got to be done. It's got to be done right. This is very, very important. But it has to be in the right spot, because this beam, the roof beam for the this elevated roof here, this is the central beam for that one there, for this window. So it's got to be dead on. Hence why I've got 2 rulers out, and I'm constantly checking the diagonals, not off too far. It's actually, it should be on this centre here, and we are sitting at, if I can get hold of it, I can do this one-handed. We're sitting at basically bloody within millimetres, so I'm very happy with that so far. Very happy with it. It's But yeah, it's a struggle to do it with bent timbers. So anyway, I'll continue on and then I'll show you the result once it's completed. YouTubers, so it's evening, it's getting dark, and I'm recording this just before I can't see it anymore. So I'll show you what I've been up to today. So almost ready. This is the front window. I'll show you this now. A lot of work, a lot of cutting. It's almost ready, so I can get a bit higher here. So you can imagine this is the window here. It's kind of like a ribbed structure up here. So you've got these pieces in here, across there. That's where the central beam for the mini roof will go. And then across there and down. These will have ribs in as well all the way along, or studs in all the way along. There's a lot more work to go around the windows. This is going to have 20 centimetre timber put in it. There's a lot of work to go in, but it's getting to a point where we're working on 3 beams in centre, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 odd beams. It's going to be such a weight now that I can hardly move it, so I've had to support it with all these temporary braces in. So when it's lifted, it won't fall apart. Another one down there. I did make a mistake today. That's there. You can see I've just ripped it out there. I cut that one the wrong side. It's like, yo, it's wrong. So I had to come out. So I'll replace that tomorrow morning, and then after that's replaced, then the guys from across the road that were working on the place, they're going to come over and give me a hand to lift it into place, and the wife as well, and the neighbour, I think. So whole gang of us, because that is some weight now. It is absolutely horrendously heavy. Doesn't look much, but it's wide. It's 4 meters wide and it's 4 meters high, so it's some weight in it. A lot of the pieces are bowed. There's a piece here that's bowed. I'll straighten all out later on when I put these studs into it. There's a whole load of studs down the bottom to go in, and where the window's going to go. There's a whole piece around there. There's a lot of work to go into it yet. It's kind of probably half finished, but as you can see, all the joints are all cut at funny angles. You got one coming in there, then one coming in there, then there and there, etc. So it's a hell of a beast to put together. It took me a long time because it's so big. But anyway, I didn't film a lot of it because I was just like so busy. They're finishing tomorrow across the road, so tomorrow's my last chance to get some help to lift this up. So that's why I've done it. It's probably 9 o'clock now, and I'm just finishing up. So just one beam to put in there tomorrow, and then that'll be it, and some more supports to go on to hold it in place. And it's a funny old thing because at the top here is where eventually the roof ridge will go for the mini roof coming this way. If you can imagine there's a roof coming this way, so that's where that'll sit in that gap there. So because of that gap, there's nowhere really to nail to. They're kind of free floating, so I've had to support it there while it's lifted into place, and then once it's in place, then there's a piece underneath going in, and there's a whole lot of stuff to go in there to support it. So but for the time being, that's it. I've had enough. So time to get back to it. It's promising to rain tomorrow. It's just starting to spot now, so get cleared up and pack in for the night. See you tomorrow. Good morning, YouTubers. So we're on day 21 and we're up this morning early, and I didn't get time to set up the cameras with the raising of the wall with help from the builders across the way, but it's up anyway, so I'll turn you around and show you what we've done. That's the main window up of the construction, and what a heavy, I could say an F word there, but I won't bleep word, it was. And yeah, that was some weight to get that up there, but those two plus me plus the wife, and we had it up in seconds. And it's worked out that I'll show you. It's worked out that that's where it's insulated along there, and that was already set with that temporary brace, and this was set at 90 degrees with these temporary braces. So when we raised it, it fitted, slotted exactly into there perfectly. And if you look down here, if you look on that side, this is an internal, and so you've got an external wall there that it joins to, and then there's another external wall here. I'll show you that it'll join there, and that's so it's left a space of 150. I'll show you here where the next wall sits. So that's where that wall sits. We're just in perfectly there, so it worked out very nicely. It's a surprise. There is a little bit of remedial work to do. You can see that piece there is bent there, you can see that there. So that's these temporary braces are going to be released on this end, and then that's straightened up and put in the studs in there, and that'll straighten that all up. And along the bottom here there's a lot of studs to go in, so there's quite a bit of work to do on it yet. But yeah, I'll show you from the inside actually. So that's basically the big window. I was kind of worried about that one, because I knew it was going to be heavy, and I knew it was difficult to get it in the right place and the right size and get it all. So yesterday I was really messing about trying to get it all diagonally straight, but there you go, that's the window. And if you can imagine, as I've shown you the other way, that's exactly where the sun comes up when the sun is out, and it's determined to rain, but that's where the sun comes up, and the moon sits there at night as well. So it's very nice, very, very nice. Thank you to the builders across the way. So I would recommend if in this part of this world. YouTubers, it's day 22. Nail count is around about 9,000 at the moment. So I'll show you what my plan is today. So it was raining last night heavily, but it's been a bit sunny this morning, and the timber has dried out again. So I'm very happy about that. As you can see, yesterday I slipped on the wet wood and I put my foot down that hole, and I've got a black leg now, so my own fault. But yeah, so today's plan is to get this bit of wall here. This is 4 meters, so that's going to be raised up there, and that'll give us a nice firm, secure place to secure that wall there and straighten that beam up as well. So that's the plan today, to get that up, straighten that up and put this up and secure that wall, and that'll then continue on down there. But first of all, not sure whether to go that wall down there or that wall down there. I'm sort of 50-50 at the moment. I think probably we'll put that up, then go across there to bring that up, so that gives like a nice straight corner. I'm sort of concerned about amounts of timber now. I'm kind of thinking, how much have we got left here and how much can I do? So probably this wall and that wall there to start with, and then we'll see what's left over. I think there's enough to do all of that, and probably some of the inside as well, but let's see. There's a lot of stud work to go in around that window there. There's a lot of work to go on that, and a lot of stud work in here as well. So I really want to get that done before we leave, so it's all sort of secure over the winter, because obviously winter time is snow and wind. I don't want all this to go over. It shouldn't do. It seems to be okay, but you have to be careful. These two pieces of timber are twisted, both of them together, twisted that way. So what I've done is attached a piece of scrap that's cut at 90 degrees, and what I'm going to do is hit this piece of wood in here and straighten them up, and when they're straightened I'll put a lot of nails in there to keep them straight. So you can imagine, I'm not sure how much this you're going to see now, but hopefully you'll see that twist, that wood twist back into shape. A little bit low. There we go, that's pretty much twisted back into shape. Hopefully, I'm not sure what you've got on that on the camera. So what I'll do now is nail that one in fully, and then nail that, clamp them together and nail that side and see what happens. So that's a better view now. You can see that one straightened up, and this one, you can see as I've clamped together, there's a gap appeared here where it's been straightened and clamped together. So all I've got now is put some nails in here and see if it works. And remove that piece with the help of a crowbar. I think it's worked as good as it's going to get. They're clamped together, well not clamped together, nailed together now, and I've put a whole bunch of nails in the bottom there to keep them straight. So another way to straighten bent timber, if you come across it. Well, it's not actually bent, it was twisted, kind of corkscrew style, so that's another way of dealing with it. Well, it's day 22 and it's afternoon time, and I'll show you what I've been doing today. Now, put up this main wall here, and if you notice, the outer piece there was bowed considerably, and I thought that if I put the next wall up it would just bring it into line, and I was wrong. It did not. It just, I could not straighten the next wall up with the next wall there that I've got up now. I couldn't straighten it up, that wall, the wall on the right there, which is the dividing wall. But it's kind of outside and dividing wall as well, but I could not straighten up that piece of timber, no matter what I tried. So I was left with no choice but to replace that last piece there. So that's what I've been doing today. Took the old piece out and completely replaced it with a very straight, hunted a very straight piece of timber up and replaced it, and now we're all in line and level, whatever. So that's what I was up to. And also we got this wall up last night, but we took it down again. Well, I took it down again this morning and replaced that piece because I just could not straighten it up. So that's in now as well. And I'm moving around to this kitchen wall, which will be the doorway and window. And the reason I'm doing that is so that it secures. Because I've got stuff everywhere here. It's going to secure. Well, in fact, let's stand here. This kitchen wall here will be the window and the door, which will secure this wall, because this wall at the moment, as you can see, has got there's nothing to hold it in place, no bracing or anything. It's just standing there. So I'm going to have to put a temporary bracing in a minute to stop it from moving around in the wind, and then the plan is to get this wall up here tomorrow. So it's on with that. So I'll put it on the stand and let you watch. Before I continue on with that wall there, I just thought I'd show you. I've got to put some nails in the bottom there to secure that wall. I haven't done it yet. But before I do that, I'm going to make sure it's in line. So obviously this wall's going to continue on right down there where that line is going. So I've got a piece of string or a line running all the way down to the end there. That's the same measurement from the edge to there and from the edge to there, so we get nice straight line. You can see it hits the, as you can see, it hits the timber there, under this boards, and the timber there, so we can see we're in the right spot. Well, that's fine and dandy, but you really want to check your diagonals. Keep going on about diagonals, don't I? But so the way to check this wall is in the correct spot is, so I measure from the edge of that wall there down to the end of this piece of wall. So I measure from there to there, and on this side I do the same. I measure from there and I put a point in there. It's actually a screw I've got in there, so I now know that that screw is exactly the same distance from the wall as that end of the wall is from that wall. So you can see we've got a thing. So now the diagonals should match. So I've put a couple of tape measures out here. Let's have a check here. Oi. So oi, it fell over there. So this one is ringing in at what we are, 43 and around about 43 and a bit. 43 and a bit, and if we go over this side to the edge of this wall, we should be hitting, if we're accurate, around about the same. So on this side we're getting what? Again, we're hitting 43 and a bit. So we've got a diagonally, which means that you don't even need to measure across there to there. We know that it's straight because it's diagonally correct. And that's a quick way of doing it. Oh, I'll show you this. This here. You see I've got a screw where this wall starts and in the edge there. I mean, yeah, within a couple of mil, and one there, same place roughly, and it gives you a diagonal. I mean, it doesn't have to be to the millimetre, but you know, basically they should be hitting the same spots as best you can. That's how you take a diagonal. And of course, when I fit in this next piece of wall there, eventually I can measure where it ends there and where it ends here, and I can run the tapes one to there and check the diagonal again, and that wall should be perfectly in line along with that string there. So way of checking your diagonals means that when you come to do your room, your flooring, whatever, you're not messing with strange angles on the flooring. You've got 90 degree. I mean, I haven't checked this, and honestly I haven't checked this. So well, only when my quick square is, I've lost it. I can see the little one, but I can't see my big set square. Oh, there it is. It's over there. So I'll get the bigger one. It's a better one. Right. I've got stuff everywhere. I'm totally disorganised today because I'll to climb up there and remove that wall and then whatever. So this is a big quick square, or set square in English, whatever you want to call it. Uголок in Russian. So like I say, I've not tried this at all. Let's see if we can get 90 degrees here at this corner. There we go. So we're absolutely dead on there on that side. Let's try the other side. Move that. Can't get the damn thing off now. So and chuck it in there and see what we come up. You see this timber here is all bowed, but even so, I still should get. There we go. So we're at 90 degrees on each corner. So there you go. That's another way of checking it as well. Well, that's not as good as the old diagonal measurement, but it gives you a good measurement. So there you go. That's one way of doing it. There's my mistake fixed. It's not a mistake, it was a bad piece of timber that I thought I could straighten and I couldn't do it. So life is life, eh? There's a couple of other bits to go in here. I've probably never mentioned this on this framing housing, but I'll show you this. I'll get a piece of timber here. On frame housing, when you come to your corners, you have your final finish will go across there, if you can imagine. Get a piece here. Your final finish goes across these, right? So in this case we're using imitation Bruce or internal siding, if you like, or what would you call it? Tongue and groove, I guess, in English. Well, it goes across there, right? Well, there's nothing to connect it to. So the only way to do that is to put a piece in right there, like that. So you put an extra piece in there, and that way you've got something to connect to on the corner. And that goes for all the corners, and there's another corner over here. In this case, you can see here, this needs to go in there, like that way, and on any corner really, where you need to connect to. On this one here, obviously there's, which is, well, looking from the other side here, but you can imagine there's nothing to connect that to on there, so this is going to have one put in there to connect to. That'll be just straight onto there, like that, and every corner is the same on frame. So you need to put an extra piece in each corner to connect your, if you don't do it, how are you going to connect your final finish? So just check that if you're having a one built, your frame's all done and it's all nice and everything's good. Check your corners, make sure you actually connect something to connect your imitation brush to, because if you don't and the people who come in to do the final finish, or if you're doing it yourself, whatever, you're like, now what do? You can end up ripping out insulation and messing around trying to get a piece in there. Very difficult trying to get a nail gun in there, especially if you've got the outside on. If you've done the outside finish, how are you going to get a nail gun in there? You can't. You're going to have to start messing around with screws from the other side, or don't say. So especially if you can imagine that this is going to be insulated here, right, and then this will be insulated, then how are you going to get a piece in there later on? You can't. So it's important to bit my due to video, so it's important to get that piece in there straight away, so you don't forget, and it's all nice and secure. Okay, I'll put you down and get on with it. So done a little bit of remedial work, check the diagonal, whatever, and I put in this extra piece here, which is the inside where the imitation Bruce or siding or the final finish will connect to. So that's that, but it's got insulation between here and here, which you can see it, and I can show you that. Yeah, insulation between there and there, and between there and there. So fully insulated corner, very, very important on this type of housing that your corners are properly insulated. And on the bottom there's no gaps, but if there was to be a gap up here, then a bit of spray foam in there as well to prevent that. So my plan was to start on the kitchen door and window wall, which is this one here, and I thought, well, yeah, it's going to have a diagonal brace in that, which will obviously support that wall there, but I've changed my mind. I'll tell you for why. That's now secured with a temporary diagonal brace in there to the foundation, so that's going nowhere, that's all secure, and I've got one temporary one there as well. So the reason is this wall is an internal wall, if you like. It's running from there, the inside of there, to 15 centimeters short of this wall here. Now the problem is, if I put that wall up there now, and then this wall comes along here, the external wall, if the external wall timber is short or is in width, if you can imagine, I'll show you. If you can imagine, this one here is, the width of this is absolutely just about 14.8, about 14.8, that one. And if I pick up another one, a different one, we'll get a different size again. What we've got here, oh, this one's about 14.3. this one here, it's about 14.3. There we go. So because of the different widths of the timber, if I was to put in the internal wall first, then the outside wall may turn out to be almost a centimetre different, either bigger or smaller than the gap that it's meant to go in. Now I could hunt through all the timbers and find one that fits, but it's getting all the timbers the same. So to prevent that happening, basically what would happen if it was too big, the wall would be bigger than the foundation, if you can imagine. So it would be hanging over the edge of the foundation, not by much, by a few mil no doubt, but it would still be doing it. I want to avoid that at all costs, so the way to do that is to do the outside wall first, down to here, and then what's left of the gap here, make that wall exactly to fit that gap that's there. So that way there's going to be no gaps. It's the same as what I did on this wall here, this internal wall. Yeah, I started on the outside there, but then I came all the way down, and if you look, the last piece I split into 4 pieces, but on the last piece, which is an internal wall, which is going from there to there in the internal wall. I'll turn that around over. Piece here, you got this external wall that runs down here, so you got, I joined it there, and the last piece I did, I just measured from there to there on the inside, so it's an inside wall, and that way I got an exact fit of that wall there and that wall there, so no gaps, it's not hanging over the foundation or anything like that. So that's the reason I'm going that way. I haven't looked at the plan that carefully, and it's actually quite difficult to see. I've only printed it in small print, so it's difficult to see where if it was an external wall or an external wall. And I got on the computer and had a quick look, and it's definitely an internal wall. So it's going to have to be continuing on with that frame there, which is a good thing, because I've already got that external bit done, so just the insides of it to do.